Hello. Hey guys. Just wait. Hello, lovely. Hey guys. Hi, Mickey. Oh, this is cool. Starting to come on. Let me know where you're from, and if you have a handle that doesn't have your name in it, maybe let me know what your name is so that I can refer to you by name. Hey Lisa, honey. So nice to see you here. Hey, darling. I'm going to hang out with you guys a little bit tonight and provide some support methods that can support you through any sorts of challenges that you may be experiencing right now. Lisa, can you hear me properly? I'm guessing you can because you said you too. But is the sound good? Just let me know. Little hearts or something. Yeah, great. I'm just going to give it one more minute. And then I'm just going to start because I'm pretty sure everybody will be doing all of the things that you'd be doing on a Sunday night. The preparation, the dinners, the bathing, the craziness. Yeah. Hey, Melissa. Hey. And so my intention for jumping on quite randomly tonight is to give you a couple of practices that you can use in times where you feel challenged. And I have been leaning on these in my personal practice lately, and I have been finding them short, sweet, direct and to the point, but also really potent and really powerful. So I'll start off by saying, for those of you who are new here and who I've never yet met before, my name is Ariana. I'm an energy medicine mentor, and I run programs online to support people to become energetically aligned with who they truly are. So what we do mainly is to get below all the layers and the layers and the layers of shoulds and musts and all of the things that society and perhaps even family patterns may instill upon us. And I do so with plant and energy medicine. So we do that combined, we combine the two. And I found these methods to be really, really helpful. In fact, the women that I work with have been using them as well, and so far so good. So I wanted to share two of these methods with you tonight. I'm going to start off by saying that if you are new to the world of energy and energy medicine, the things that you need to know for tonight that are a little bit more left brainy, meaning they're the parts of this equation that you may need to know in order to settle and calm the mind and just do the practices. You know, sometimes if we just jump into ritual and practice without giving it meaning, or at least setting the scene and painting some color around it, we tend to, if they are new practices and if we've never really understood energy or energy medicine before, we can get a little bit lost in the process and not think that it's as important as it is. And so my intention with giving you just a very brief snapshot is to paint a little bit of color around it. So to begin with, we have the physical body. This is the flesh that you can touch and feel. And the physical body can sense things. So we have eyes and ears and taste buds and a nose that can smell. And so these 5 senses that we have as part of our physical experience determine a lot of how we feel. They determine and inform our emotions and our emotional body. Just away from our physical body is our energetic body. And so for the purpose of this very brief video, it's an energy body that consists of many layers that is informed by energy centers that run within the body And depending on which lineage or which theory, which culture you subscribe to, they're called different things. So they can be called chakras, they can be called meridians, they can be called, energy centers, data banks. So many different names for the same things, virtually the same things. And the field that exists from your physical body outwards, that is informed by these energies that live within us, is called your aura, or your energetic field, or your electromagnetic field, or organ. There's also many different names. So for the purpose of tonight, we'll just call them energy centers, meridians, and your aura, your auric field. Now, the practices that I'm going to share with you tonight include plant medicine, and in particular essential oils, okay? And there's a specific reason why I'm leaning more into these oils at this time, which I'll explain. But it's important for you to know that plants are living beings that have auras and life force running through them too. And the essence of the plant, which is bottled in an essential oil, and of course we need to make sure that we're using a pure essential oil and that it's harvested with care, and that it's been bottled in a way that is kind to the earth, sourced ethically and all of that, because that changes and informs the energy of what is inside the bottle. So the aura of the plant and the essence of the plant does the same thing for the plant that our essence, our energy within us, and our aura does for us. Okay, so all living beings, all living things have a very similar energetic structure. The points may change, the lines or the meridian lines within their bodies may change, but overall, they're pretty similar. And when we call on the essence of an essential oil, for example, and we can also do this with a flower essence as well, which is also something that I teach, but for tonight we'll only look at the essential oils. What we're doing is when we're using that essential oil on our physical body at specific points in our energetic body, so specific parts of our physical body will meet up with the energetic body. When we do that, we're actually calling on the essence of the plant. We're looking at the energetic signature of that plant, which means to say that however that plant expresses itself in its most natural state, the way it looks, the way it thrives, the places that it grows most naturally, whatever experience the plant has in its life, we're looking to call on those same personality traits. And because of this holographic principle, which if you're not sure what that is, just check out my stories. I did a very brief snapshot of what it is today, so it should be live still. Because of the holographic principle and allowing what is in one to be in the whole, we can call upon that plant magic to magnify and resonate with our aura so that we can take on those same properties. And we can become that which we're calling on energetically. So it's pretty rad stuff. And in my experience, this has been one of the pillars, one of the very important pillars in the healing and transformation journey. So there's a certain amount of talk therapy that you can, go on and embark on, but in my experience, it's not enough. So it's still important to have talk therapy. It's still important to be able to voice your concerns and dig down deep and hear yourself speak that which may be part of your darkest shadow. It's really important for that. But coupled with movement practice that can help expand the body and open up these energetic pathways in the body, with plant medicine, you have a healing trio that can only lead to transmutation and transformation. So if there's anything that I've said in this that you're not really sure of, just pop it in the comments and let me know your questions, because I'd love to answer them for you. It can be, once we've heard it, for the first time, a little bit, crazy. But this is the truth. This is how we can actually call on Mother Nature to support us in emotional and energetic healing and transformation. So there's no questions here. Hey, Pete. Hey, Lizzie. Hey. And so tonight I wanted to talk about two essential oils, and one way that we can use each of these oils on the body, and in the hope that you can try this at home and note how you feel afterwards. You may experience a shift within one application, or it may take you a week, 2 weeks, 5 months. Healing is not linear. It goes round and round in spirals. So you may think that you've gotten to the top of the circle and you feel great, and then all of a sudden, I don't know if you've noticed this, it's the truth, and then it goes all the way down and you feel like you've hit rock bottom again. So always remember that healing isn't linear, and that if you can consistently practice this over a period of time, just start to notice subtle shifts in the body, in your experience of, your life, your emotional state. And I'd really love to hear whether or not you found it to be helpful. So the two oils that I'm going to use are frankincense. I use doTERRA essential oils. I found them to be incredibly pure and potent and super helpful for the work that we're doing energetically. There are other brands that are also great. So you just want to make sure that you're finding, a brand that is also, like I said, sourced ethically and sustainably. And the other oil is cypress oil. So we're going to apply cypress on K27. So instead of getting too hung up on where the points are in the body, I just want you to grab your little collarbone, the edge of the collarbone, and then draw your fingers down to the point where the rib cage kind of meets in the center. And if you just kind of palpate around that area, it doesn't have to be the specific spot for this particular work. And so you're going to grab your cypress and you'll put a drop on your pointer finger, or any finger really. I kind of use my peace fingers. And then just gently massage, palpate, maybe even you'd like to tap this tapping point that is just below the collarbones. So you can either tap both together or individually, it doesn't really matter. And the idea here is that whilst you're doing that, you're breathing in the scent of cypress, which is kind of peppery and very clearing. It's a very clearing oil, and you're tapping on these points. And so cypress's emotional qualities can support us with surrender, letting go, in a sense, grief, right? Understanding that grief doesn't only exist in that of losing a loved one, that it can be the end of a job, the end of a relationship, the end of an era, moving home, anything that has cyclically come to an end. Yeah, you could feel really sad and grieve a certain part of yourself or your life. And so by tapping these areas here with cypress, you're just really allowing that if you are experiencing grief, sadness, melancholy, a sense of distrust, anything that you find is missing in your life that was once there. Sense of willpower, a sense of sovereignty, anything that you experience. You just take your cypress and just dab it on your fingers and allow your fingers to touch on the energetic points that live just below your collarbones. And you may want to tap for a minute. Maybe you just want to hold your hands there and breathe in the scent of cypress essential oil. Or if you'd like, you could just gently rest your fingertips there and close the eyes and find a meditation. So if you have Cypress, try it with me now. If you're watching the recording, pause and go grab your Cypress and just try it and notice how you feel after having done this very short practice. Yeah, very, very short practice, but super powerful. I have a book here by Valerie Ann Warwood. She's just an incredible author when it comes to aromatherapy, on the broad spectrum of aromatherapy, not only when it comes to subtle aromatherapy. But when she writes about Cypress, she says that it encourages comfort, change, assertiveness, understanding, balance, stillness, confidence, inner peace, wisdom, stability, patience, trust, willpower, and straightforwardness. That's a lot of things. And so if I to sum it up, I would say that Cypress is a really, really great oil to help us move on. In a lot of other aromatherapy circles, Cypress is known as the oil of motion and flow, to help us move through states of being that maybe seem challenging, or that we feel is being, you're butting up against something, that stagnant feeling of not being able to move forward. And in the same way that sometimes we can experience when we're grieving. So a really, really beautiful oil, Cypress. All right, we're going to switch gears a bit and go with frankincense. Yeah, no surprise I've chosen frankincense. A resin oil, really earthy. Gosh, it takes me straight back to my meditation cushion, right? It's just an incredible oil. So I'm going to use Cypress on the third eye, also known as yin tang. Yep, so just one drop on the third eye. And for this one, I don't really want you to press very hard. So it's just gently applying the oil onto the third eye, right? So you're gently applying it. You could rub it in circles one way and then the other. And then right at the top of the head, so it's not in that crown area, it's where the highest point of the head is. I want you to take the leftover Frankie and just kind of rub it into that point of the head. And then I want you to close your eyes. Maybe give yourself a mustache. And find some stillness for at least 30 seconds to a minute. You're welcome to do that with me now. I think a lot of the times when we're learning new things, we get to the point of learning it, educating ourselves about something, but never really applying it to the point where it can have an impact in our lives. And so taking this 1 minute is all it takes for you to have this experience with frankincense and notice if there are any subtle shifts within the body. Small, subtle shifts. Maybe you feel more calm. Maybe you feel tranquil. I always associate frankincense with spiritual liberation. So this feeling of being in a place where there is no restriction and there's a sense of equanimity. Yeah. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Maybe even a sigh out the mouth. Yeah. And so with all of that being said, with all of that being said about the oils and how they can support you and how you can place them on the physical body, know that these practices are always with you. So if you're struggling with anything in your life right now, you can place your cypress here and your Frankie up here and on your third eye. Yeah. And you don't have to know too much about these points. Just know that they act as portals, little super highways into the energy system. And when you are doing it, a little bit more of an advanced practice would be to set an intention for what you're looking to call on in the practice. So an example of that would be that when you're applying your cypress, you're calling on that resilience and you're feeling the feeling of being resilient. And you're asking the plant to bring with it its very innate sense of resilience and the incredible nature it has of helping you move through challenging situations. You know, movement, flow, and paving a way for yourself through the energetics of the plant, through its very unique signature to help you move through it. And with frankincense, you're asking for that calming, gentle nature of frankincense to help you with any 3D limitations that you may be experiencing, any emotional frustrations that you may be experiencing. And the idea is that you call on these plants to help connect, you know, these points in this particular sequence and bring about, like I said, this state of equanimity. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. Such a simple, short practice. And if you have any questions, please either send me a direct message or you can pop it in the comments. If you don't have any essential oils and you're looking to grab some that are ethically sourced and of the purest quality, please send me a message. I'd be happy to direct you as to which to purchase. And also, very importantly, I have a program called Aroma Energetics that is open for enrollment right now. And we will start the program on the 26th of July, which runs for 3 months. And this is just a very wee snapshot of what we will be talking about. We will go into many more layers and of depth as part of the process of unraveling. But the idea with this program is to help you understand the oils in an energetic and spiritual and emotional way, leaning in on the signature of the plant, where it grows, what it is best grown in, so what sort of climate, so that you can start to understand its personality and draw that into your own experience. And for those of you who need a little bit more of a physical practice included, there are some beautiful yin yoga practices to couple with breath, meditation, and the oils to help you move through challenging times, worrying times, anxious times, just this time of transition and change. And so my hope is that you can join us. Please send through a message and I'll forward you an application form, or you can jump to my website, ariana.com.au/aroma-energetics. Yeah, it's going to be so good. Thanks, Lisa. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, honey. Who else is here? Hi, Daniela. Hello. Oh, hi, Kira. Kate. All right, guys. Hi, May. All right, guys. I'm out of here. Have a beautiful Sunday evening, and I hope to see you in my messages, my direct messages soon. Bye for now.